Greets peeps, I've done some reading and I've realised that without the DLC called El Dorado, the missions aren't missions. That icon that shows up isn't a mission that you send your explorer on, you do it manually. So I'm sending my ship around, my ships around, keeping an eye on the on their health, on their I'm not certain what you call it, making sure that they don't take too much attrition. Artillery's more expensive, that's fine, I've got none. So I'm actually doing this by myself. I'm sending this ship around to explore wacky new places, and we're doing a circumnavigation of Australia and New Zealand, I think is over there somewhere. And we'll come back to our new colony. This colony here was the only uninhabited place that was in range of us. There was fine, but there was just out by, I think, 10, where do I find it? Colonial. Just outside of our range. Oh, actually, sorry, we can't see it. We haven't explored it yet, so we can't see the land. How we see the land, I genuinely don't know. But, maybe you have to explore every sea tile around it to see it. That wasn't available to me before. And that isn't available to me now. But that is when it wasn't before. Yeah, it must be that. You must have to encircle every sea. You must have to touch every sea tile that the Terra Incognita is in. So we'll actually make that part of our return journey. Nope, that way, thank you. I just want to make sure I'm actually getting all of these. It's hard to tell where sea tiles are, they don't have lines on them. Unexplored sea tiles especially. We might do that on the way back actually, looking at the damage. So I think there's some good provinces in Australia. That one hasn't showed. Oops. More rebellions. I've been reducing our autonomy to try to get our income up, and so I'm having to fight some fairly grumpy folks about it. This will be fine because it's within that zone of control, the zone of control of that fort. So we'll let that siege happen and then wait for them to attack us. Has no further effect, we just don't get that income for a little while. If there wasn't a... I thought I should be able to see this, if my theory was correct. Oh, new loan. Oh no, we renewed one. Oops. We're very close to going over and having to get a new loan. We don't want to do that. 18,000 peasants. We could likely beat them, but I'm nervous about that. What can we do to reduce our costs? We'll turn off our colonizer for the moment and turn down our ship maintenance a wee bit, just to avoid going for another, having to do another loan, because then we end up paying sort of 15 extra ducats of 15. It's 10%. No, sorry, it's 4% interest per annum at a minimum of 4 years. It ends up being somewhere around 12, I'd say. So with the El Dorado patch, which is what I'm used to, you don't need to do that level of manual stuff. You say, go out and search the sea. Oh, holy hell, we may not make it back from this. Look at that. Oh, yuck. It's more important to have our ships alive than it is to have our navies alive. So, let's send this guy back. We need him to get back quick smart. We're likely going to lose ships. I didn't realise how low we got, how quickly. 22nd of June, they're going to disappear. Oh, so don't do this. Yep, good. And that guy's going to disappear as well. Screw you, dude. Also disband him as leader. Well, I'm afraid he's not going to make it. So you may be able to tell that I'm new to this. Ouch. That sucks. So don't do what I just did. Make sure you never go below 50 attrition before heading home. I didn't realise it would take that long. That really, really sucks. Oh well. We've got our colonisation underway anyway. And we've seen some of Australia. And we'll explore further along there once we get there. So that did appear eventually. Some of them did. How weird. I don't understand the rationale there. But I'm fairly certain there's gold fields somewhere in Australia. If we go to trade good type. No, that's trade. Trade good type. Trade goods. Oh. Okay. So there's a percentage on all of them. There's a question mark on all of them. Wasteland does not have anything. No, that is Wasteland. That has a percentage of tropical wood or naval supplies or gold or grain. Gold is lower percentage there. Oh, that's actually a higher percentage. Gold. Cool. So we may have a look at Australia later, but we've just lost $150 worth of carracks, so I won't be doing it anytime soon. I'm quite annoyed by that. So that was the colonization stuff. Oh, no, it wasn't. This is we've sent our colonist over. Why do we get negative? Oh, no adjacent controlled. What? That makes little to no sense to me. Okay, so the general premise is that you have a when you get colonial ideas, exploration ideas rather, you set a colonial policy. I think it's called a native policy. There, you set a in this area. You choose between having no chance of native uprising, having a reduced chance of native uprising and some native assimilation, or having a global settler increase. I've gone for this one. It's a bit of a risk, but if needs be, we can build some ships and move some troops over to defend our settlers. But this is there's only 500 natives on this particular place, so it's unlikely that they'll rebel, as I understand it. We get 21% chance of attracting new settlers each month. That is determined by having our colonist there. The colonist gives us that 21%, and that grows the population by 25%. That means an average growth of 63 people a year. That is pretty small. I'm not certain this is actually progressing. Let's see if it ticks over. month to month. So there is a gradual growth of settlers. I was waiting till we were fighting on the defensively on the wow, god damn. Yeah, in theory I was avoiding damage there, but we still took plenty. Could have been worse, obviously. Yes, so this increases each month by the looks. 178 becomes 169. No, we are losing people. So there's, within this group, this will help us wildly. Global settler increase plus 20, so that will come along shortly. And as that modifier explains, tropical climates people don't like, no adjacent controlled people don't like, and there's various technologies that lift that as well. And Ligor, who the hell is Ligor? Those clowns. Yeah, come at me, bro. Oh, hang on. There's someone's march. They're the Ayuthayas' march. Oh god. I don't feel like fighting the Ayuthaya. Ah, they're hostile and they want that. Bugger. Oh well. We'll see what happens. Recall... Ah, yes, we were trying to make pals with Jaunpur. But they just don't trust us enough. Damn it. We need a ally after separating from Bengal. This game's scary, dude. This game is scary. But that's what hard and the hardest achievement are all about. Alright, I think that will do us for the moment. I'll keep monitoring our settlers and juggling rebellions and all this fun stuff, and I'll see you in the future.